Hey guys, it's me again. I'm just giving you another video of a weapon I really like a lot. I've actually been carrying this around, testing it out, seeing how it does. I shot quite a few rounds through it recently, and it was very like I knew I would be because I have an older version of this, but it's just an excellent revolver. This is a European American Armory Windicator 357 Magnum. I'll show you that. 6-shot, snub nose, 2-inch barrel. I'll go ahead and take the 357 Magnum out of it, but couldn't be happier with this little revolver. Just a nicely machined, not rough at all. For what you pay for it, it's just an incredible deal. I picked this one up for like $250. Did a little trade for a gun and got this. And I've put gold paint in the lettering and stuff. You can't see it because my camera's crappy, but where it says HWM and the serial number and made in Germany, EAA, Cocoa, Florida, all that stuff. Everything is picked out in gold. Some of it's rubbed off because I have this gun highly oiled because I don't want it to rust while I carry it. Not that it would, it's just I oil my guns. So like I said, this is a 6-shot revolver. It kind of looks like a Colt police detective. Very robust, heavy little revolver. And it's very nice in the hand. When you shoot this thing, even 357 Magnum, it handles it very well. So I want to kind of go over the speed loaders. So being a left-handed guy, actually shooting a revolver is really nice because I shoot, all I gotta do is flip my thumb over and flip the push the lever, push with my right hand, grab my speed loader, and shove that bad boy in. Of course, on camera I do a bad job, but turn the knob and out they drop. Push it back in and rotate it back into timing. It's ready to go. The two speed loaders by HKS that I found that work are the 10As and the PLs, or the PYs or whatever, the PLs, I think. The one's meant for 6-shot 357. The 10s are smaller and they're easier to work with in this cylinder. But if you're using 38 Special plus P, the PLs will do a great job. I would suggest if you're using 357 Magnum, use the 10As because they're slightly smaller in diameter, so they'll fit nicer up against the side of your gun when you're loading your cylinder. Yeah, I made a little outside the waistband holster for this. Put some knot work on it, and this just rides in there. Rides really comfortably. Is very unobtrusive. And it just has a little finger brake for when I grab, when I deploy my pistol, I can just pull it out. Real easy to use, and I'm very happy with this holster I made. You can see the belt loop. Belt just passed through there, and then it just sits like that on the side. I went and got, so normally these come with these big fat kind of rubber plastic grips. I got some $15 Armanius Titan Tiger grips off eBay, and this really actually feels a little bit, it's a little bit easier to grab around, and it's a little bit more concealable. So these are kind of like the old police detective sort of wood, like comma shaped grips. Very for the amount of like short concealability you have here, they're actually pretty substantial in the hand, more so than what you'd think. You wouldn't think that'd be a lot to grab onto, but it feels like you're holding a knife handle, and that's fine by me. The only downside is when I do shoot 357 Magnum, this right here does kind of sting this part of my hand. It's not hammer bite. It's like the muzzle flip is pretty abrupt into that part of your hand, but you're able to stabilize it because it does have a pretty big vertical stop right there. So no big deal. It's a 357 Magnum snub nose. You're gonna get your ass kicked either way. Not too bad though. It's again, if you got any kind of wrist strength, you'll be able to handle this. Even my wife was shooting 357 Magnum. She couldn't tell the difference between 38 Special and 357 Magnum out of this. So because I tricked her. I put one of each, staggered them. So 357, 338 specials, and she was like, "Oh, I couldn't really tell when the 357 was versus 338 special when she was at the range." Another thing that I picked up. Now I didn't make this. This is just a cheap little thing I bought off eBay. It's a little pouch. This is a plastic pouch that holds 2 speed loaders. It's made by HKS, and it's meant for their little speed loaders. You just set them in there, and they're great. So the way I have my weapon is I have my weapon on my left, and then the speed loader is right in front of it. So I can grab the speed loaders out when I do my hand transition for reloads. Just a superb little setup. You get 18 rounds of 357 Magnum right on you, and then I carry 2 extra 38 Special Plus Ps just somewhere else in my body, speed loaders. So I got 30 rounds of self-defense ammo on me in different places, and for a revolver, that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. So anyways, that's all I have to tell you about. I'll show you how to load these speed loaders. So you get these, they have these detents right here. So it's unlocked, and then it's locked. So in the unlocked position, you load your rounds. And these are just some hollow point 357 Magnums. And you just throw them in, and you twist, and they lock, and they don't come out. So you can put them in your little pouch. Again, this was with the 2 10As and the little pouch to hold them in. It was like $20. So that's a steal for what you get. And then for the Arminius grips, the Titan Tiger, little polymer ones, they were like $15 free shipping off eBay. So it's whatever. Really, really good, handy pistol, very comfortable, pretty concealable. And I'm very happy with it. I'm a big fan of the EAA weapons. The EAA Corp brings in a bunch of cool stuff. Their witnesses, their shotguns, the semi-auto shotguns I think they bring in from Turkey are pretty cool. And the Windicator revolvers are really, really nice for what you pay. They're great. And people going, "Oh, it's a cheapo $250 revolver. I don't trust it." You got to understand something, that this particular style of revolver has literally been around since before the 50s. So you're not paying for anything revolutionary when you buy this thing. It's not a cheap weapon by any means as far as its quality. It's just, this is an old style of weapon, and it's easier to produce now because people have been doing it for so long. It's just not anything special or new. It's just been done so much now that it's just kind of a cheaper thing to do. That's why they can produce them for so cheap, because it's an old revolver. It's a 6-shooter revolver snub nose. I mean, as far as guns go, it's not all that modern. It's pretty basic. And they do a really good job with it. It allows for more experienced gunsmiths to put these together, and or millwrights or whoever's making these components, they can do. They've got experience because these are such old style firearms that it's no big deal. The ejector is very nice and effective. If you flip this thing over and shove it real fast, those rounds will come flying out. Haven't shot steel case through this though. I had another one that I did and it worked fine. But I would just only use brass just for me. Easy to clean revolver. This revolver, literally all you do is open up the cylinder, swab your bore, and clean your cylinder out, and it's pretty much clean to go again. So revolvers are easy to maintain. They're pretty reliable. They give you 6 shots of a pretty kick-ass round, and just ergonomic and nice to shoot. So I'll leave it at that. That's my EAA Windicator 357 Magnum snub nose. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.